Hey, what's up? Hopefully you watched video one just now, which is the Podio Intro video one. This is video two. I hope you're as excited as I am to see it. So right here, since I made the first video and the second video, I've gotten three notifications and I've gotten a message, and we're just going to look at it because you will get communications through here. This is chat between teammates. So here we were testing out our group conversation capabilities, and you'll see there's various stuff in here too. And you can see various conversations with people. This is me talking to Katie, who's one of our outbound callers. All right. So here we've got Steve making a comment on that post I put up earlier. So we're going to jump right into it, and these are apps. So click. This is the Seller Leads app. This is the first step of a lead in our system. So I'm going to, whoopsie daisy. Let's go back here to the Seller Lead. Sorry about this loading here. All right. I'm going to do this really slowly because it's a lot of information to digest. As you can see, there's a ton of buttons here, and there's a ton of things, and it's probably really overwhelming to you. I know it was very overwhelming for me the first time that I saw it. So this is the first step of all of our leads. This is where every appointment, every transaction, and every person that we talk to lives, so to speak, in this app. All of the other apps connect to Seller Leads. And once somebody becomes an appointment and the sales team goes out, they become an appointment, which is up here. And if the sales team writes it up, it becomes a transaction. And then there's some other stuff over here, which we'll go over later. But this is very important here, all right? So I'm going to go over these buttons. So here we've got switch layout. So we can look at this in a calendar, in activity, in cards, table. Right now this is badge view. I'm going to click on table view. I'm going to let this load. So you can see this is just a table. We got a lot of grasshopper leads, as y'all can see. Some are duplicates. Now we're going to look at cards. This is going to take a second to load. Okay. And you can see that this has little pictures, which is pretty neat, who it's assigned to. Activity, which is actually pretty fascinating. This shows you the last actions that were taken. So I know that Antoine, who's our current appointment setter, is in a property right now shadowing Anthony. So more than likely, none of these are going to get called for a little while, even though this one just came in, for instance. Okay, and that's okay. It happens. And then there's a calendar. I really don't know what the calendar is going to show for Seller Leads because we don't really use. Okay, it doesn't really show anything. All right, so we're going to go back to table. You can also sort things by things. So you can sort by last edited, newest, first name, last name. You can sort things by all this cool stuff if you're trying to play around with it or you're trying to see a certain type of lead. You can also not include the address in this table population here. The filters are really cool, and we're going to make a video just about filters in a moment. You can also add a lead. So if you're an appointment setter, some of this stuff is going to be here. So we're just going to make a lead test 1, 2, 3, deal notes. This is very important. Whenever you leave a note, and you should leave a note with every bit of the conversation you had with the seller, what time you called, what day it is, all this stuff. It's very important. You'll make a lot of calls or you talk to a lot of people, and it's important we keep all this information organized. So I'm going to make an example. All right, always leave your initials, always leave the date. And if you want to leave the time, so it's like 4 o'clock right now, 4 p.m. Called, seller, left message, seller called back. Sister is in hospital, lived there for a couple years, needs work, wants $100,000. This is an example of some notes. You want to get a little bit detailed in there, or a little bit more detailed than I'm being now. This is just sort of for the sake of example. You can assign the lead, but don't do any of the stuff for now. But as you can see, we keep track of a lot of really cool stuff in the seller lead. Their mobile phone number, smartphone is a system that you're going to learn how to use, email address for the seller, the lead source, whether it was from an inbound phone call, website lead, voicemail, Facebook, and seller snipers will automatically populate, by the way. Lead priority. Is this hot, medium, or cold? Pretty self-explanatory. Somebody wants to sell, or if it's a probate, if it's a tax lead, if they've had a fire, that's a hot lead. Get it? Partha, who's our virtual assistant in India, will update this at night. Occupancy, is it owner occupied? Does somebody else live in it? Is it vacant? All this stuff. Motivation is really important. You'll get the hang of this as time moves on. We have another little Evernote thing with all these things listed out, I think. If not, let me know. But yeah, that's a seller lead. Over here on the far left, you can sort things just by occupancy. So for instance, by lead source, let's say I want to follow up with Facebook leads. Click. This is every Facebook lead we've ever generated since November of 2017, 245. It's pretty cool. This one just turned into a deal. Steve got that one the other day. It was a great job on Steve's part. But yeah, that's it for seller leads, and we'll make another video about appointments and transactions and all that stuff. And have a great day.